Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you clicking on that video as always. And today I have a rack store pickup, but I did something a little different. I want to do something a little different today. What I did was I grabbed two fragrances. One of them is super hyped right now. One of them you don't see that often at the rack store. I wanted to test them out for a couple days and really let you guys know what I think is worth your money, which one you should grab, maybe neither, maybe both. If you're gonna pick one, I'm gonna tell you which one to pick. If you only have the budget for one, I'm going to tell you which one is worth your money. So without further ado, let's get into it, talk about both the fragrances, and I'll let you know at the end of the video what I think you should buy. So the two fragrances I was able to grab, the first one is Hugo Boss's The Scent Pure Accord. Really like that bottle. And the second fragrance is one that is super hyped right now in the community, YouTube. People are hyping the crap out of this one, Missoni's Wave. Now, I was able to smell Wave last year. There was an open bottle at a Marshall's or something I was at. From that point, I was not super impressed. That was a year ago. So I've had a couple days with it here to try it out and see what I think of it now. And I'm going to let you know what I think. So let's start with the Hugo Boss. Not a great atomizer. When I smell this in the air and off of the strip to start, I get a lot of fruitiness, and that's from the Maninka fruit, which is sort of a signature note in this, the scent line. I also get a really strong note of ginger. There's not a lot of notes listed for this. What many perfumers are doing right now, and fragrance companies and designers, whoever's putting on a fragrance, is typically only listing 3 notes that they really want you to focus on when you're testing it out and smelling it. So in Hugo Boss, the Scent Pure Accord, you have ginger, Maninka fruit, and white suede. And I do pick up some of that suede. Mainly it's fruity and gingery up top, which I quite enjoy. The opening of this, I really like a lot. I do get that scent, you know, the DNA of the original, the scent, but it's a bit lighter. Still has that same sweetness, but I get a lot of the Maninka fruit, and it's enjoyable. It's with that added ginger to it, makes it a little more fresh, pleasant opening. Can see this being worn on warmer days, and I think that was the goal with this particular flanker. They wanted to take that DNA and be able to make it a sort of spring, summertime scent, because that other one can be a little bit heavy, more for fall, I would say, is when it would be best suited, spring, cooler spring days. But this one definitely can be worn in warmer weather. Now, what I didn't like about this scent was the dry down. To me, it just smelled like, it reminded me of something, but what I mainly got from it was just this white sort of musk smell that was just boring. It didn't really have anything going on, and it didn't take long for it to get there. So within an hour and a half or so, it was projecting a bit, you know, maybe within arm's length, but it was just this musk that was just almost like if you smelled the dry down of Versace blue jeans, the deep dry down of that. This is also a bit soapy to me, probably from that ginger. I tend to get that in some ginger scents. It comes across as soapy to me, something you would smell walking into a spa or something. Dry down of this, didn't like it, but that opening is very nice. I really like the opening. So I know this one gets trashed a lot of people trashing on Fragrantica and other places, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. I think a lot of that's overstated. However, I do understand sort of the frustration when you have a scent that the opening is really promising and it smells great, and then it just kind of fades quickly and you're left with sort of nothing, to be honest. It's the dry down is very disappointing. Like I said, just a musk and super boring. So that's Hugo Boss, the Scent Pure Accord. Let's give Missoni Wave a try. Before I try Missoni Wave, I do want to mention that both of these bottles I really like. I think they both look great and would look great in a collection. I just really like how the Boss bottle looks, and the Missoni Wave. And with the Missoni Wave, I own Missoni Pour Homme, and It has the same magnetic cap. It's a really good magnetic cap. And it's really detailed, which I like. Has a good weight to it. So cool gradient on the bottle. Yeah, just a really nice bottle presentation overall. Awesome atomizer on this. In the opening in this, in the air, I get a lot of orange citrus, and there is Sicilian mandarin in this. I pick up on it right away. What I'm also picking up is the rosemary and the sage. So it has almost this slight herbal quality to it. This does get compared to Chanel's Allure Homme Sport along with Versace's Pour Homme, and I understand both of those comparisons. It smells very much like both of those fragrances. I would say it's more of a cross between the two. It's not as bright and vibrant and sparkly as the Versace, and I also get way more florals from the Versace, but a lot of the citruses are alike, and sort of that airy ozonic quality to it, the marine quality to it, the aquatic quality to it is similar. And in terms of the Chanel, I get a little more of the vanilla that the Chanel offers, a little more of that tonka, but it's not quite as deep as the Chanel. This is more airy and soft. It's really well blended. It's well rounded. It's enjoyable. Do I prefer this over either one of those two? I don't think so. I don't own the Chanel. I own Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, which is similar, it's just more tonka heavy. But the Versace, there's just something about the Versace that it just is a little more uplifting. It's a little brighter. Where this just on me, on my skin, I'm testing out the strip now, but I did test it on skin. It just falls a little bit flat, although I like it. I get more of the orange and vanilla citrus vibe. And then as it sits on my skin for a little bit, it gets a little more soapy. Sort of does its own thing, but it's enjoyable and it smells good. And I would imagine this is gonna get people compliments because it is such a likable sort of scent DNA, familiar scent DNA, but super safe, super easy to wear. I'm also a fan of Missoni. I love their Pour Homme. As I said, it's one of my favorite blue fragrances in my collection. As far as longevity and performance go, I got decent performance. I got about 6 or 7 hours from it in terms of longevity. Projection's not crazy. I've got decent projection for the first hour. I get better projection from the Versace than I did from this. However, as I got wafts of this, it really is a nice scent and I really did enjoy it. Essentially, my goal with the video is to sort of, you guys are presented with either of these in the rack store, which one you should buy. And again, both summer scents, both mass appealing, both really easy to wear, super likable. I can't imagine anyone not liking either one of these. But if I had to choose one to keep in my collection, I'd have to go with the Missoni Wave. I think the Missoni Wave is just more of an interesting scent. It lasts a little longer, is a deeper scent. It has more going on. Pure Accord, just when it dry, beautiful opening. Really, really nice opening. So I can understand, like I said before, the frustration with this scent because especially if you're testing it in a store and you're not really wearing it. And I always suggest people to wear their fragrance. So if you're going to a counter in a Macy's, let them spray it on you and walk around the mall, hang out for a little bit and see how it develops. Because after an hour, it's a totally different scent. And just all the things that make it good sort of disappear, which is the most frustrating part about this one. The Missoni, decent longevity from it, really mass appealing, likable. Falls a little flat to me in terms of if you're comparing it to Versace Pour Homme or a Chanel Allure Homme Sport. However, is a very nice scent. I do like it. It is getting a lot of hype right now, and I can imagine a lot of people liking this. So definitely safe to pick up at the rack store. $31.99, can't really go wrong. That's a bit cheaper than the Versace and definitely cheaper than the Chanel. So if budget's a concern and you're looking to save some money on that DNA, Missoni Wave is definitely the way to go. That's all I have today, guys. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.